Welcome to Authors in Your Pocket, a literary show brought to you by Tricom Podcast. Today's show is an exclusive pod excerpt featuring acclaimed author Gwynne Forster, reading from her thought-provoking new novel, Getting Some of Her Own, published by Kensington Publishing. We are pleased to have Gwynne Forster read one of her favorite passages from Getting Some of Her Own.
Susan Pettiford is a businesswoman, 34 years old and single. Susan was not a virgin, but the earth had never moved for her. I am not undergoing that operation until I have myself one mind-blowing affair with a man I can dream about for the rest of my life, she said to herself. She had just heard 3 doctors, specialists, tell her that she had to have a hysterectomy and that there was no alternative. But how was she going to manage to find a guy in that place where she knew exactly 6 people, including 2 men, one of whom was married? She just moved there the week before. I shouldn't have been so quick to brush off Lucas Hamilton. He's not self-assured for nothing, she thought. The man wears his success with women the way a peacock wears his feathers, and Lord, you could drown in his eyes. A week later, still in a quandary, she lifted the telephone receiver from his cradle and dialed Lucas Hamilton's office. A clipped female voice answered Hamilton's office. "I'm Susan Pettiford. May I please speak with Mr. Hamilton?" She thought her teeth chattered, but she wasn't sure. At the moment, not one thing seemed real to her. "This is Hamilton." She nearly dropped the phone. What would she say to him? Gathering her courage, she let out a long breath and said, "Mr. Hamilton, I hope you remember me. He interrupted her. "I certainly do remember you, Miss Pettiford, and considering the reception I received when we last met, I'm surprised to hear from you." So far, not so good. Better to brazen it out, she thought. "I can't imagine, Mr. Hamilton, but I've spent an entire week here without speaking to anyone except salespeople. And, well, I've been led to believe that small-town people are friendly, so a city of 40,000 isn't exactly a hamlet, Miss Pettiford." Tough, was he? She may as well cut to the chase. "Look, will you forgive me for being foolish and have dinner with me Saturday evening? I'm rumored to be a great cook." "Will I? What?" "Have dinner with me. I promise to pull out the stops." In the lengthy silence, perspiration dampened her from her scalp to her waist. As she prepared herself to find a gracious way out of it, he said, "My curiosity won't let me decline. I'll be delighted. Where do you live?" She gave him her address. 7:30? "Till then," he said. She barely managed to hang up without dropping the receiver. As she had suspected, Lucas Hamilton had the manners of a polished gentleman. But beneath it, she detected a core of steel. She'd better be careful, and she knew it. Saturday finally arrived, and after preparing a 7-course meal worthy of Buckingham Palace, Susan set a table equal to the standard of the meal, pampered her body, and dressed in a deceptively simple sheath. If the meal didn't get him, sheath had better. She wouldn't have another chance.
Getting Some of Her Own is published by Kensington Publishing and is available wherever books are sold. Learn more about Gwynne Forster and her novels by visiting www.gwynneforster.com. If you'd like to know more about our show, please visit us at www.authorsinyourpocket.com or www.tricompodcast.com. Thanks for listening. I'm Wally Muhammad with Tricom Podcast, dedicated to putting authors in your pocket.